Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're plunging headfirst into a really unique fantasy world. We're using excerpts from the Silver Mage.
It's quite a world.
Yeah, imagine a place where magic, they call it dweomer, isn't just, spells and stuff. It's this fundamental force.
It shapes everything.
Yeah.
Destinies, identities across lifetimes.
And it can even, get this, pick up an entire island and just move it.
Wild, right?
So our mission today is basically to dig into this, find the most surprising bits, the hidden connections in this story.
Yeah, kind of pull out the insights for you, especially if you like getting the gist of something complex, but thoroughly.
Exactly. Get ready for some aha moments, because we're going deep into identity, destiny, and some pretty mind-bending magic.
It's definitely a world layered with history, these powerful ancient forces and really personal struggles.
Right.
And what really grabs you, I think, is this idea of wyrd.
Yeah.
These problems you inherit basically from past lives. It just makes identity so much more fluid and complicated.
That's a perfect place to start, actually. The characters really live that, these multi-layered identities shaped by time, magic, and often some serious trauma. Like Barina, Winnie. She's mourning her fiancé, Dougie.
Which is sad enough.
Right. But then her family setup is, well, something else. Her dad, a dragon.
A dragon dad, okay.
And she's got a human Uncle Mike, an elven Uncle Salamander. It's just normal for her world, these shifting identities. But you can see it brings its own challenges.
Absolutely. And this idea of carrying your past literally inside you is so central for Laz.
Oh, Laz, yeah.
He's a dweomerman, a scribe. Seems straightforward, maybe, but inside.
That's great.
Complicated. Deeply. He's tormented by memories, vivid ones, past lives as Tren, and crucially as
Alistair, the thoroughly loathsome soul. That's how the text puts it, right?
Exactly, that's the quote. And it forces you to ask, like you said, how much is his redemption arc a choice? How much is just his worded working itself out?
Because Alistair wasn't just bad, he was evil. A dweomermaster who bound a gold spirit into a black crystal. It's dark stuff.
Very. So Laz is constantly fighting that legacy, his old outlaw ways, versus this real desire to change. He even tells himself, those days are over, and that was a matter of survival.
His whole life is this battle between free will and maybe destiny.
It really is. And Rory, the Silver Dragon, he's got his own kind of existential crisis going on.
Right, because he wasn't always a dragon.
No, he was human, a nobleman, Rodri Aberwin, a Gwerbret, high status.
But the dragon thing wasn't his choice?
Not at all. It was magic, done to him by this powerful guardian, Evandar, which raises huge questions about, forced identity shifts.
Yeah, and digging into Rory's story,
yeah,
his big struggle is losing his human soul. That's the phrase used, losing himself in the dragon form.
Even though there's this strange freedom he finds in it, refuge in flight.
It's a paradox, isn't it? And then there's his bond with Arzosa, the black dragon.
Yeah.
His mate, mother of his son, Devar.
And she is fiercely possessive. The text says she refused to lose him. She doesn't want him turning back human.
So his very being is like a living example of magic's power to transform, but also the personal cost that it takes away.
Yeah, it's profound. And moving beyond just the characters, the magic system itself, this dweomer, it's woven into everything.
And it's different from just sorcery, right? That's a key distinction they make.
Exactly. Dweomer is framed as aiming for personal enlightenment through harmony with the natural universe.
Harmony. Personal enlightenment.
Less about just raw power, more about understanding, connection.
Okay, I like that distinction. Enlightenment through harmony. But then, how does that square with things like Alistair binding a spirit, or Evandar forcibly turning Rory into a dragon? Doesn't sound very harmonious.
That's a really sharp point. It suggests maybe even a system aiming for harmony can be twisted or misused.
Or maybe there's a darker side to Dweomer itself that isn't just about misuse.
Possibly. Perhaps by those who don't fully grasp its nature, or maybe there is a dark Dweomer aspect. The source hints at it, but doesn't fully explain. What's clear is Dweomer has incredibly diverse uses.
Right, like healing. We see normal herbal stuff. Willie with vulneraries for Gerontos' broken leg.
Standard fantasy healing, yeah.
But then there's Dweomer healing. Neb seeing auras to diagnose infections, seeing live things in wounds. That's different.
Very different. And he performs this precise, though painful surgery on Rory using gold wires. It shows this amazing link between magic, energy, and, actual anatomy. Surgical Dweomer.
Oh, wow. And beyond healing, there's scrying. Yeah. Seeing distant things.
Yes, the art of seeing distant people and places by magic. And Willie's apparently quite good at it, unusually so.
How so?
She scries more easily when some feeling lies behind the attempt. Emotion fuels her scrying, which is different from others.
Interesting. So healing, seeing. What about changing? Shape-shifting?
Oh, yeah. The Dweomer, the otterfolk, they're natural shapeshifters. It's just part of who they are.
Okay, cool.
But others can learn it too. Laz can turn into a raven.
But didn't that go wrong for him?
Tragically wrong. He gets trapped in raven form after trying to fly through something called an astral vortex.
An astral vortex.
Yes, sounds bad.
Like a magical storm on a higher plane of existence. Super unstable, super dangerous. It really shows the risks involved with this kind of power.
So these higher planes, that leads to astral travel.
Exactly. Laz travels there. He even guides a spirit, Faharn's spirit, to the afterlife, the pale lavender meadows of death.
Wow. And Evendar, the guardian who changed Rory, he was involved with this astral stuff too.
Big time. He actually created Dweomer roads using astral force, like highways on the astral plane.
They're not safe now.
Well, after Evendar died, they became unstable. Some dissolved entirely, so using the remnants is possible, but risky. Vital sometimes, but dangerous.
Speaking of Evendar, his influence is everywhere, isn't it? Even though he's dead. Absolutely pervasive. He's described as playful, having little patience, but his actions, his creations, they're still causing chaos, shaping events. He's this unpredictable force, even posthumously.
Through his artifacts, too, like the crystals.
Right, the black and white crystals, used for communication, but also teaching languages.
Yeah. Roderick speaks Elvish using the white crystal. Willie understands him through it.
Amazing. But the black crystal, as we mentioned.
Bound Spirit, Alistair's doing, much darker history.
And then there's the big one, the Dragon Book.
The key to changing Rory back.
The only key, it seems. But it's a huge mystery. It doesn't exist on the physical plane like ordinary matter.
Wait, how does that work?
It's hard to explain. It's just not there in the way a normal book is. Makes it incredibly difficult to read, to unlock, even for powerful dweomermasters.
So finding it is one thing, using it is another challenge entirely.
Precisely. It's central to Rory's fate, but wrapped in Evendar's elusive, powerful magic.
Okay, so we have this intricate magic, these complex identities, but it's all happening against a backdrop of war.
Oh, definitely. A major war. The main antagonists are the Dwrgwn, the Geldadai. They're invading the Northlands.
And they're a serious threat.
Very serious. Highly organized military. They have ranks like Raxanir top officers, horse warriors, spearmen, archers, a formidable force.
And they have their own culture too, Mafala.
Yeah, Mother Clan hints at a different social structure.
So who's fighting back?
Prince Ranadar and his people. They're described as elven-like folk, defending fortresses like Dwrgn.
And there's this interesting detail about horses.
Right. Roderick's and Gerontos actually teach the people horsecraft because horses are new to them.
Wow. Imagine learning cavalry tactics from scratch while you're being invaded. Talk about adaptation.
It's vital for their survival. Shows this practical knowledge transfer under extreme pressure.
And the pressure leads to tough choices, like evacuating towns, Sir Conan.
Yeah, that evacuation is a powerful moment. It wasn't just chaos, it was organized. People shared food, helped the weak. The goal was no one would be left behind.
Shows real community strength.
Definitely. But there's a darker side too. Slavery.
On both sides.
It seems so. The sources mention slaves in the Dwrgn armies and in the people's fortresses, and the Dwrgn live in constant fear of slave uprisings.
So they have to stay armed all the time, even among themselves.
Exactly. Adds this constant internal tension to the external conflict.
That's such a rich world. Other peoples too, right? Not just the Dwrgn and the people.
Oh, yes. The mountain folk think dwarves known for craftsmanship, ancient cities.
And the otter folk, the Dwrgwn.
Right. The natural shapeshifters. They have their own unique magic related to mist from gold, the scour.
But war impacts everyone.
Tragically, we see Marmeg and young Clawcut, two Dwrgwn, killed by the Dwrgn. No one is spared.
In all these different groups. It must lead to friction, misunderstandings.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even within a town like Sir Conan, there are different beliefs, gods versus spirits, and newcomers, like Laz, face suspicion.
So it's not just fighting the invaders, it's navigating these internal cultural divides and mistrust too.
Yeah, deep-seated prejudices can really get in the way, even when everyone's facing the same enemy.
Okay, so all these threads, the war, the magic, the past lives,
Yeah.
they all kind of culminate in this great transformation, right? Getting Rory human again.
That's the central quest driving a lot of the plot at this point. And it takes a team effort.
Who's involved?
A group of powerful dweomermasters.
Whoa.
Delandra, Valendario, Grelazar, Branna. They're studying Rory's etheric double.
His energy blueprint.
Yeah.
Spiritual self.
Something like that. His
Yeah.
non-physical counterpart. And how it connects to the moon cycle. It's very intricate work.
And then comes the big twist. The key isn't just power or knowledge. It's a child. A vein.
Yes. A Vayne, this changeling child. She's the absolute key.
What's so special about her?
She's different. Cat-slit eyes, odd behavior, this deep connection to the great river of death, whatever that means exactly, and crucially, this overwhelming innate need to fly.
So what's the plan? How does she help Rory?
Here's where it gets really wild. There's always a price for Great Doomer, and the price here is a Vayne has to become a dragon herself.
She becomes a dragon so Rory can become human.
Essentially, yes. She needs to absorb Rory's dragon essence, but it's framed less as a sacrifice, more as fulfilling her true nature, that desire to fly. It's because she is fundamentally meant to be a dragon.
Wow. But her family, her mother Angmar, her sister Winnie, that must be hard.
Incredibly hard, emotionally wrenching, but ultimately they accept it because it's for a Vayne's own fulfillment. It really makes you think about what being yourself truly means.
It's a beautiful, complex idea.
Yeah.
So the ritual itself, how does it work?
It's very visual. Rory and Arzosa form a circle. A Vayne is between them. Delandra uses her sword, presumably as a focus, to manipulate lines of light from their auras. She guides a thread representing Evandar's magic, Rory's dragonness from Rory's aura, wraps it around a Vayne, and shapes a Vayne's etheric double into a dragon's form.
Like spiritual weaving. Or surgery, as you said before.
Exactly. And it works. A Vayne transforms, bursts into the air as a dragon, finally free to fly. And Rory...
He's human again. Rodri, dragon friend.
Rodri, dragon friend. The name itself tells a story. But it doesn't just stop there. The aftermath is interesting, too.
What happens?
Laz moves into a Vayne's old tower. He needs a place to continue working on his wyrd, trying to undo the damage from his past life as Alistair. It shows that redemption isn't a one-off event, it's ongoing work.
Right. Continuous effort.
And elsewhere, Quaff and Mara get married, have kids, fulfills a practical need for heirs on the island. Life goes on.
And there was one more twist. About Salamander.
Yeah, a surprising callback to the wyrd concept. Salamander suddenly remembers a past life where Fwili was his mother and Roderic's his father.
Whoa. So these connections, these cycles, they just keep surfacing.
It really emphasizes how interconnected everyone is across time in this world.
And speaking of connections, the island itself. Hainmarn. The biggest surprise, maybe.
Definitely up there. It's not just land, it moves.
Wow.
Ancient carvings on its walls. When activated by Dweomer, they allow the entire island to travel through the astral plane.
An island spaceship, basically. Powered by magic.
Kind of. It makes you question what else in this world isn't what it seems. How stable is reality here?
And Branna figures out where they've ended up.
Yeah, through a dream, oddly enough. She keeps thinking about a trout, and that becomes the clue. She realizes they've successfully moved the island home to the Westlands.
A dream clue. It ties into that idea of Dweomer being connected to everything, even the subconscious.
Exactly. Nature, magic, dreams. It's all linked.
And it all comes back to Evandar, doesn't it? His legacy.
Always Evandar. His power just echoes through everything, even after death. The artifacts like the Dragon Book, the nature of Doomer itself.
And didn't the source mention he planned to be reborn?
Yes, through Delandra's child. So his influence isn't just history, it's potentially the future, too. He's this constant, chaotic factor.
So even with all these revelations, there are still things left hanging. Mysteries.
Oh, for sure. What is Dark Dweomer, really? What's the deal with the Black Sun that gets mentioned, Laz's other past lives? What happens to all the displaced people after the war? Lots of unanswered questions remain.
Keeps you thinking. Keeps the world feeling alive, I guess.
Definitely. It leaves space for more stories, more exploration.
So wrapping this up, what have we really unpacked here? It's a fantasy world, yes, but it feels like it's digging into some deep themes.
Absolutely. Identity isn't fixed. It's shaped by past lives, by this wyrd. Magic isn't just power, it's enlightenment, transformation, potentially dangerous, potentially fulfilling.
And community matters. Survival depends on adaptation, cooperation, even when facing overwhelming odds and internal divisions.
Yeah, this dive into the Silver Mage really shows how you can weave together complex magic, deep character arcs, and huge conflicts into something really immersive.
That interplay between wyrd and choice, the bonds of family blood or otherwise,
Yeah.
and just the sheer enduring power of magic. It leaves you with a lot to chew on.
It really does. And maybe a final thought to leave you with.
Go for it.
In a world where past lives have such a strong pull, this wyrd, how much genuine free will do these characters actually have? Are they making choices or just playing out a script written centuries ago?
That's a heavy one. Free will versus magical destiny.
And if an entire island can be moved by dweomers, what other impossible things are just lurking beneath the surface of their reality waiting to be found, or maybe refound?
Makes you wonder about our own reality too, perhaps?
Hmm.
What hidden forces are at play? Okay, that's definitely something to think about.